Hey gang, so Jesse from Otter EDC has sent over the acronym is the M01 MC slider, which is pretty cool. What does that mean? That is the Modular 01 Maker's Choice slider. Trust me, I hate looking down when I'm reading off a name. It's so unprofessional, but it's just a really long name. The name gives it away. This is modular. We're gonna find out why it's modular. It is a 3-stack 3D printed slider. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna see what makes it unique, what makes it interesting, what makes it good. Is it good? I don't know. Let's wait till we get another camera. It is the M01 MC slider. Let's go. Okay, here we have the M01 MC, which stands for Modular 01 Maker's Choice. So this is a 3D printed slider, but I mean, we keep using the term 3D printed, which I almost feel like we need to stop using that term because 3D printed just has this kind of connotation of cheap, amateurish print. And I know that's kind of like, it is being printed in 3D, I get it, but I just feel like the term itself is maybe starting, maybe it's needing a bit of an update. But anyways, let's move on. The material on here, now I don't really know much about either of these materials. The body is PETG or PETG, and the top here is TPU. Now, the only thing I do know about this material is that it's kind of a difference between like a polyurethane and also a bit of it's almost like a bit of plastic and rubber to give you a bit of extra grip. It's almost like a slightly softer material in here, so that's kind of neat. This is a 3-click 3-piece slider, so 2 levels, and it actually does a really good job at it. Nice magnet strength here. You don't get that kind of the tipping we get a lot of times when something's sort of leaning off the side and it wants to fall off. So very strong magnets in the corners and weaker magnets in the middle. And it just, it's got good play to it, good action, kind of a neat design. I like this little spiral thing. So let's look at what's inside here. Now we have this middle piece. This middle piece has magnets in it and you cannot open that up. That's locked, but you don't have to even use it. So this works without the middle piece, so you can actually just have like a regular traditional 2-piece slider or a 3-piece slider, and that's pretty cool. So let's put that off to the side and let's have a look at what is in here. What's going on? Now, you'll notice this is a printed slider. This is one of these ones that I'm able to screw into, or unscrew, which is really nice. So we actually have inside here, you can just see sort of the thread holes that have been inset into the printed holes. And we also have this really interesting track here. And what's great about it is they have also included dampeners. These are, I think, almost like a rubber, or it's actually more, maybe it's more this TPU because they're soft, but they are printed. But they're flexible, which is pretty cool. So you can put these on either side, and then of course we get this much more silenced slider. So maybe we'll do that to both sides. And you can also modify by swapping your magnets to the middle. And you can even, so right now these are, okay, let's see, we're gonna come off here. Easy, buddy. Yeah, there we go, of course that's gonna happen. So you can see here we have these 2 different length magnets, which is actually pretty cool. Which way are we going? Where's our polarity going? Oh, our polarity is going this way. Okay. So let's get these back in. I just want to make sure I'm holding from the right side. So we can see here we have 2 different sized magnets. If I can get these apart, there we go. So we've got a much thicker and thinner magnet. Now, how thick, how thin? Let's have a look. I like never get to pull this out. I'm sure there's a, that's what they said joke in there, but okay. So millimeters. So we have one that's, 3 millimeters thick, and the middle ones are, let's see, conservatively 1.5. Yeah, probably 1.5. So like half size. Wow. So what we can do here is either stack in 2 of these 1.5s in the middle, or I shouldn't say stack in, but we can put in 2 1.5s on either side of the middle, or we could double it up and put it into the middle so that we have 3 strong magnets throughout. Now, I actually really like the current setup. I think it's great the way it is. These magnets are super strong, by the way. Now, I have done that thing where polarity is a little tricky to figure out. And here's the one thing with these. When you're dealing with the 3 millimeter thick or long magnets, it's a little easier to pop your magnet in there and make sure that doesn't flip over. These are deeper. So that you can't do that typical, like when we take a stack of magnets and slide them around the hole and drop them in, because we've got this little edge here. So that makes it a little trickier. So if you lose your place on the magnets, what we have to do, and that's gonna happen, we already know that, they're all just gonna jump out like that. And we just have to use the other side just to find our polarity. And that's not it. Okay, so got my polarity here, come on. Okay. Get in there. Okay. Wait, is that the right thickness? No, it's not. That's a little one. Okay, so we're going to go back to our middle configuration here. You can see these just get, wow. So because of these raised edges, I will say working with this slider is a bit trickier. Again, it's not, they don't like, the magnets don't slide in as smoothly as they would on a flush surface. You've really got to figure out where you're going. There. So now we're in. And I know my polarity is correct or these magnets would be jumping out. So then if I want silent, what you do is you silence. Now this is actually done really well. So you'll notice here, if I want to go silent mode, see these deep recesses? Even the silencer, call them silencer pads, are deep enough that they account for the extra space, but you don't get them on the top because the top are always flush. So it just goes in like that. Now, this can be configured to have a magnet in the middle. So let me try that. We'll put that in and see. Now this one is going to be a little trickier because I don't have opposing magnets inside the middle. And my little magnet here is going to want to jump around like crazy. So I have to be really careful. And again, this is where this little lip is a little tricky to work with. Yeah, we don't want that. Get out of there. Okay, so dealing with these types of magnets, sometimes things can get a little tricky. So what I'm going to do, it's tricky to hold on to, is I'm going to bring out a stack of magnets just so that I have a better control of these guys. And I'm just going to use the black magnets. Oh, where are you going? And I'm going to use the black magnets just so that I can get a better sense of where this is going. So first I'm going to do, figure out polarity. Okay, there. That's my proper polarity. So now I know that's the right direction. Get in there. Now see, this is a trick here too, because this gets a little messy. Okay, come on. So that's sort of the downfall, I guess, to having these deep recesses is it's a bit harder to work with your magnets. Oh, come on. And not want to throw them out the window. All right, so we've got those magnets in place. So we're moving the two thinner magnets to the middle. And we're going to put our lid on, then separate. Now, before I screw everything together, I want to make sure that I have everything in the right place. And I do. Okay, so everything is lined up correctly. I'm going to close these up. Now, I don't ever put the spacers in because I like crunchy sliders. Something about it. All right, so let's get this one open. Now, the nice thing is, now that we have... Come on over there. This one's a little stuck. It was stuck on me before, so I'm just going to leave it in there. Okay, so this now has magnets on the corners and only magnets in the middle, which means I can't really use this as a guide until I get things sort of straightened out here. So what I want to do is remove these ones and put them in the middle. So this is now the other side. Okay. And I'm just going to move one that way and move one. Come on now. That way. So that one was a lot easier, which is good. You can see the screw's still in there. All right, let's see how this works. Oh, it's a lot faster. And then if I put on the middle plate. Now the middle plate, I'm pretty sure is configured to have magnets in the corner. So this is a little weird. I don't think you can use this very well with the middle plate if you have middle magnets in here. Because I believe the middle plate magnets are sort of mirroring the initial configuration. But that's pretty good, and actually makes a louder snap. Couldn't tell you why though. So overall, I think this is good. I think it's nice having this little extra modular capability in there. That's pretty fun. A lot of people, I know people love tuning their fidgets. So there you go. This is a tunable 3D printed fidget. Thanks for watching, gang.